Hello everyone, welcome to Sunday Anime Chat. I am your host Pop, and this is the last Sunday of the month, which means the theme for this month, which was anime into video games, or video games into anime, will be coming to an end, and we'll think up something new for the next month. But for now, we'll get into it, as we so often do. I know this is a unusual time for me to stream, as I'm usually on the morning shift. But today I had to get up early and do some important in real life things, and decided to make it up in the evening. So I hope you will all be glad to tune in. Let's get to it, of what we always get to, and that is News of the Week, courtesy of the Anime News Network. And, and a hello to Woopa Troopa. Hey buddy, nice to see you stopping by. This is not the morning shift. A little bit of an evening shift, if you will, but that's okay. I do like to make up my time when I can. But we'll get back to the regular morning shifts next weekend. And saying that, I would just like to welcome everybody on Rumble, if there's anyone out there on Rumble. Twitch, I know there's, one or two of you that come and see me on Twitch. And also on YouTube. It's nice to have you along for the ride, and let's get into it. The news for Sunday. Demon Slayer Swordsmith Village Arc anime casts Kengo Kawanishi twice and Manami Numakura. Bleach Thousand Year Blood War Anime's Part 2 premieres overseas on July the 8th. The Eminence in Shadow second season's second video reveals more cast, October 12th debut, 12 episode length. Bleach Thousand Year Blood War anime video unveils new opening song, more cast, and a July 8th return. Zom 100 Bucket List of the Dead anime debuts on Hulu in US on July 9th. I've never heard of that one. You just got back from a barbecue? Whoopa? Nice! You know what? There's nothing I like better than like a nice barbecued ribs. Or a nice steak that's been grilled on the barbecue. That is just so tasty. What'd you have? I'm curious. Going back to Saturday, Forever Entertainment delays launch of Front Mission 2 remake game. Oh, here's the Japanese anime TV ranking. Let's have a look and see what is on the list. Demon Slayer at number 1, followed by Saze-san, then Detective Conan. One Piece in the middle of the pack, followed by Doraemon. Mix Season 2, Soaring Sky Pretty-Cure, then Crayon Shin-chan. Gigantosaurus Season 2, and finally at the bottom, Oshiri Tantai. Just had some burgers and brats. The spicy brats were bratwurst! I love the bratwurst. It is so good. Sometimes my wife and we buy this bratwurst and eat it, and it's just so delicious. Japan's video game rankings, May 15th to 21st. Let's have a look. Would it be any surprise? No. Number 1, Tears of the Kingdom. Followed by Mario Kart 8, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, number 3. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, then Minecraft, Kirby's Return to Dreamland, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Splatoon, Mega Man Network Legacy Collection, Nintendo Switch Sports, Mario Superstars. Finally, at number 12, a PlayStation 4 game, Hogwarts Legacy. Then it's right back into the Switch with Wand of Fortune R for Nintendo Switch, Animal Crossing, Ring Fit Adventure, Super Mario 3D World and Bowser's Fury, New Super Mario Bros. U, Sekai no Asobi Taisen 51, Kirby in the Forgotten Land, and at number 20, Momotaro Densetsu. The Switch is dominating in the land of the rising sun. which, seeing as how Sony, specifically the PlayStation brand, turned its back on the country it came from, that was a bonehead move. You screwed up, PlayStation. You screwed up big time. So you get what you deserve. So that's why Nintendo is number 1. And with good reason. It always amuses you that the Japanese list is basically just a list of all the biggest Switch games in the last 8 years. Yeah, well, that's where they're snapping them up. They are buying them like crazy. What's next? Square Enix, Koei Tecmo's Dragon Quest Champion smartphone RPG previewed in 2 new videos. Oh, a smartphone game. Never mind. PlayStation abandoning the handheld market was the worst thing they could have done for the Japanese. Yes. Yep. I picked up a Vita, actually. I think, I don't know, a year ago. And it's just a shame. It's like, the Vita is a good machine. But you guys give up too easily. So that's PlayStation for you. What do we got here? Kazuya Nakai joins cast of Tosochu, the Great Mission anime. Never heard of it. Square Enix reveals new Dragon Quest Monsters game for the series' 25th anniversary. New game in development for the Switch. So, for you Dragon Quest fans out there, a 25th anniversary celebration. That is great. Much more than I can say what anybody is doing for the Macross series right now. I'm very disappointed in you, Bandai Namco. Next story, Ys X Nordics game video reveals September 28th launch. Infinity Strash Dragon Quest The Adventure of Dai game launches worldwide on September 28th. Gundam Battle Operation 2 game launches for Steam on May 31st. Oh, you never got into PSP or PS Vita? Was always into the Game Boy, but in Japan, before they pulled the plug, the PS handhelds were a lot more competitive. Even the Vita, yeah. I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. Yeah, not mad, just disappointed. But the Vita's, the PS Vita's screen, the one they use there, man, is that thing crystal clear. What a sweet looking screen that is. Like that, it's just fantastic to look at. What's up next? Crunchyroll adds Tenchi Miyu, GXP Paradise, starting anime. Hell's Paradise, Jigokuraku anime delays 9th episode. Mashle, Magic and Muscles anime reveals Magia Lupus cast. Okay. Haven't been watching any Mashle, Magic and Muscles. Yeah, you heard it was enjoyable and know some people who had it and liked it? Yeah, for sure. Games are getting pretty expensive for the Vita, though. You gotta really look around. It's just crazy how much they're gonna go for now. Mushoku Tensei, Jobless Reincarnation Season 2 anime's promotional video reveals theme songs, July 2nd premiere. You can just say at least 50% of the games you owned for the Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, and DS were Pokemon games, so me switching from Nintendo was never an option. No! It wouldn't be. Nobody else carries Pokemon, so that's just it. You're gonna stick with them for the series that you like best. I Know Indenshi Sci-Fi TV anime's second promo video reveals more cast, July 7th debut, theme song artists. Undead Girl Murder Farce TV anime casts Itaru Yamamoto as Victor. Ragna Crimson TV anime's second promo video reveals September 30th debut, 7 more cast members. Eternal Boys anime new episode previewed in video. Old handheld games get really expensive when you search online. Best bet you've had to try and luck out finding the games at your local game shop. Yeah, or garage sale, if that's a possibility. Just have a look and see what's going on at garage sales. You might just luck out and bump into something. You never know what's out there. Next up on the list, Helk TV Anime reveals promo video. July 11th premiere, half-year run, theme song artist. Dark Gathering TV Anime premieres on July 9th. Suzume anime film crosses 10 crore at Indian box office. Oh, I guess that's their, what they use for money? Huh. Film because highest earning Japanese film in the country. Everybody's liking the Suzume film. Marvelous unveils Project Life, his RPG game. It looks nice. Marvelous does some good games, I think. Garage sales where parents sell their kids' old games for a fraction of what they're really worth. I always feel bad when I hear those stories. Unless you're the one buying them. Yeah. Marvelous unveils Project Magia game with designs by Fairy Tail's Hiro Mashima. Marvelous announces Rune Factory, Project Dragon, Rune Factory 6 games. Story of Seasons Farming Life franchise gets 2 new games. Suyukute, new saga anime delayed from July 23rd, 2023 premiere. That used to be you. Rest in peace to your Game Boy Color. Oh no! Yeah, that sucks. Going back to Thursday, Black Clover, Sword of the Wizard King film's English subtitle trailer highlights Asta. Kenta Ishizaka's travel manga, That's Journey, gets anime. There's a North American anime and manga releases. The Eminence in Shadow, Master of Garden game launches for PC with cross-platform play. Well, there you go. The Eminence in Shadow is an anime, and it's got its own game, which is sort of the theme of this this finale of May. Disgaea 7 Vows of the Virtueless game story trailer reveals October release in the West. Delicious in Dungeon anime's teaser trailer reveals main cast, more staff, January 2024 debut. Super Mario Bros. Drops to number 2. Idolish 7 CG concert opens at number 5. Sugar Apple Fairy Tail anime reveals key visual theme song, second part. An anime getting made into a game? What a fitting segue. Yes, of course it is. It all coming together. Sony teases Project Q device to stream games from PS5. Huh, I wonder how good that will be. Yeah, and Mario getting knocked down to number 2? Still, it's still going strong, even being at number 2. I don't know, maybe we'll look into this thing here. What is Sony doing? Are they making a big mistake? Sony revealed during the live stream PlayStation Showcase 2023 on Wednesday a new device called Project Q, tentative name, with which players can stream games over Wi-Fi from the PlayStation 5 console. The device has an 8-inch HD screen and includes all the buttons and features of the DualSense controller. Sony will launch the device later this year. PlayStation also revealed that its official wireless earbuds, which offers lossless audio on PS5 and PC. PlayStation will reveal more details about the Project Q device and the wireless earbuds soon. Yeah, you thought they were done with this baloney of consoles making special streaming devices? I mean, they're gonna give it a try. Remember when Sony and Microsoft freaked out when the Wii and all its motion controls were the big thing and selling lots? So then they panicked. Then they came out with the PlayStation Move and what was that thing? For the Xbox. That stupid camera that followed you around and watched your movements. But they panicked, and this sounds like what's happening right now. Because doesn't it look like a Switch? If you look at the picture, it looks just like a Nintendo Switch. So this is probably Sony and, they're panicking. Did they learn nothing from Stadia? Oh. Okay, so we were looking at Stadia like we used to see all the commercials on YouTube. That's right, it was Kinect. Thank you, Whoopa. Jeez, couldn't for the life of me remember that. But then again, I don't really care about Microsoft stuff. The Stadia commercials all the time on YouTube. Anytime you wanted to watch something, there was a Stadia commercial. And then we watched Metal Jesus. He's a YouTuber that has his own gaming channel and all that, and he shows all the games he gets. But he reviewed Stadia. And first thing he came out and said it, Stadia sucks. And there you go. I didn't even give it a second thought. And it, just like any other thing that Google backs to try to develop, they just pull the plug and it dies. So there you go. Don't even bother. Late night, DJ Ronnie G, you got her. If I can't do it in the morning, I'm gonna do it in the evening. So I was busy this morning. I had to get up early and get out there and help some people out. So it is Late Night Anime with your host Pop. So please enjoy, kick back, relax wherever you may be, and we're gonna just get through some more news of the week. You were given a Stadia for free when you bought a 3DS from a friend. Wow. That's crazy. A streaming game service might work one day when super high-speed internet is common in every household. Until then, it's just foolish. Yes, agreed. You just hooked up the Chromecast and didn't even try the Stadia pad. Oh, that's pretty funny. Yeah. Yeah, it sounds like you were paid. He got the Stadia for free before that. Oh, just giving them away. Yeah. Well, Sony's doing their own version called the Project Q, so keep your eyes out for that, and let's see where that thing crashes and burns. Moving right along, Grand Blue Fantasy Relink Games trailer reveals more characters in Winter 2023 launch. Street Fighter 6 Games trailer previews World Tour story. Going back to Wednesday, Final Fantasy 16 game post-launch trailer. I mean, we're in like number 16 for Final Fantasy now. Like, when are they going to keep going? Are we going to make it to 20? Are we going to make it to Final Fantasy XX? Like, when do you come up with something new? Streaming games is great via Steam Remote Play or PaySec, but you always want a local option. Yes. Use Remote Play connecting your Steam Deck to your PC so you can play PC games on your TV and get better battery life. Ah, that's a good idea. Final Fantasy 16, aka still not final. There's nothing final about this fantasy. You refuse to play any Final Fantasy games until they are truly final. And in Rupstutska, your fantasy will be final. Guarantee that, comrade. Dragon's Dogma 2 games trailer reveals PS5, Xbox Series X and S release. Oshinoko anime delays episode 8 to June 7th. What do we got here? Resident Evil 4 Remake VR mode trailer posted. Yeah, I'm not into the zombies or anything like that, so I don't even worry about Resident Evil. Square Enix unveils Foam Stars 4v4 multiplayer shooter. Foam Stars. Sounds like a Splatoon ripoff to me, but we'll see what other people have to say. Penguin Box's Odakaki Kozame manga about young shark gets anime. Yeah, the little shark guy is getting an anime. We can see what it's about. Let's have a look here. Penguin Box's Odakaki Kozame, Little Shark's Outings manga, is getting an anime for this summer. Official website and Twitter account opened on Thursday, and they unveiled a promotional video and visual. Original creator Penguin Box drew an illustration to commemorate the announcement. Penguin Box debuted the manga on Twitter in June 2021. The manga's second compiled book volume shipped in Japan in August 2022, and the third volume will ship on May 30th. That is in a couple days from now. The manga follows the nostalgic everyday adventures of a young shark. Well, if they dub it into English, how much you want to bet they get the Baby Shark song to play? I mean, that might be maybe it's too expensive, but that would be a no-brainer for me. You've watched some gameplay of Resident Evil. It seems interesting enough, but man, it does. Yeah. I tried to play Resident Evil 4 on the GameCube, and it's just like, whew, this is long and drawn out. Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater game gets remake for the PS5. Demon Slayer Swordsmith Village Arc anime's English dub debuts on May the 28th. That is today. Record of Ragnarok 2 anime's second part debuts on July 12th. Tell you what, this little shark anime might be cute enough to get me to actually watch anime. There you go. There's always a gateway show for you. And for you, it may just be that Baby Shark one. I'll be interested to know if you start watching it, Whoopa. Let me know if it's any good. Bang Dream, It's My Go anime premieres with 3 episodes on June 29th. Here's one I'm looking forward to. Reborn as a Vending Machine. Now I Wander the Dungeons anime's full promo video reveals more cast and staff. Opening song, July 5th debut. So we gotta wait till July 5th to watch Reborn as a Vending Machine. I just definitely want to see what this one's gonna be like. Soaring Sky, Pretty Cure Anime gets puzzle game collection on Switch on August the 10th. Back to Tuesday, Harvest Moon, The Winds of Anthos game launches on September 26th. Caressing My Hibernating Bear anime reveals English dubcast. Oh no, that one. Oh yeah, it is. It's a BL anime. Boys love. Oh, we're just gonna skip that one. Short Shorts Film Festival and Asia 2023 event virtually screens animated shorts until July the 10th. You know how you can start Resident Evil 1 as zombies in a secluded mansion to Resident Evil 8 as you in a town populated by big vampire ladies? I feel like those don't add up. No, it's pretty strange where they go. I don't pretend to follow that Resident Evil stuff, but you know, you pick up things as you hang out with people. But yeah, the thing I noticed about like Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3 are those dumb tank controls and the static backgrounds. I never cared for that. You know, like it was just, why not make it a first-person shooter? But no, they made it so it was difficult to maneuver. Very sus article right there. Yeah. Yeah, moving right along. Blue Protocol Online Action RPG launches in Japan on June 14th, delayed in the West to 2024. Undead Girl Murder Farce anime casts Reina Kondo. The quintessential quintuplets Negi Haruba designs original anime Pon no Michi. Idolish 7 franchise's theatrical anime streams opening concert scene. Going back to Monday. And a hello to everyone on the Rumble side. And if you're watching on Twitch, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. And my YouTube friends, the usual suspects, I'm sure. So back to Monday. Oiku, the Inner Chambers anime's English Day subtitle trailer reveals a June 29th debut. Anime Expo screens North American premiere of the first Slam Dunk anime film. If you like basketball, you're going to want to watch Slam Dunk. Sounds like they changed a lot in the Resident Evil remakes story-wise, hence why you're not a fan of remaking games and prefer to play the originals. I do too. I prefer the originals. You know, it doesn't have to be the latest and greatest graphics for me, because I remember the times when they weren't that like that. And you had to use something called your imagination. And that took over. And that made the game better for you. Next up, Kamikatsu anime delays 8th episode by 1 week. Etrian Odyssey Origins collection game streams how-to trailer. Sorceress Stabber Orphan Anime's Sanctuary art cast Rina Maeda. Liar Liar Anime reveals July 8th premiere date. Going back to Sunday. And I believe I have covered that last week. These articles that were from Sunday. You've only ever been wowed by graphics in a game once. To you, the most important thing is story and gameplay. DJ Ronnie, imagination? Yes. When you picture things in your mind and you control what the things might be and how they look to you in your mind. When I'm done the news, implore you to go back to, well, you don't have to implore. You can just, just say, hey, let's go back to the movie rankings. Which movie rankings, Whoopa? Let's see. Remember which day it was? Movie rankings. Yeah, okay. I'll slowly go up here and see. Is it the one with Mario? Thursday? Harvest Moon, Hibernating Bear, Short Shorts, Blue Protocol, Undead Girl, Quintessential Quintuplets. No, I don't think it was. Why am I? Never mind. Sorry, I was on Tuesday. I got my Tuesday and Thursday mixed up. There we go. Black Clover, anime manga releases. Yeah, we're on T-Day. Yeah. My bad. Eminence and Shadow. You don't want TV rankings. You want this one here. Super Mario drops to number 2. That one? All right. Super Mario Brothers movie dropped from number 1 to 2 in its 4th weekend at the Japanese box office. The film sold 505,000 tickets for 743 million yen in its 4th weekend and has sold a total of 6.43 million tickets for a cumulative total of 9.1 billion yen. The film sold 1.276 million tickets and earned 1.843 billion yen, about 13 million US dollars in its first 3 days in Japan. The film has earned an estimated US 1.15 billion worldwide, the first film this year to top 1 billion and only the 5th film to reach the milestone since the start of the coup. According to Deadline, it is now the number 3 highest grossing animated film worldwide. The film opened in the US and in over 60 markets worldwide on April the 5th. The film has been the highest grossing film of 2023 worldwide. The film is also the highest earning video game adaptation in history. Aaron Hovarth and Michael Jelenic directed the film with a script by Matthew Fogel. The movie's English voice cast includes Chris Pratt and Charlie Day as Mario and Luigi, respectively. Anya Taylor-Joy plays Princess Peach. Jack Black voices Bowser. Detective Conan Kurogane no Submarine, The Black Iron Submarine, the 26th film in the Detective Conan franchise, dropped from number 2 to 3 in the 6th weekend. The film sold 257,000 tickets for 373 million yen, about US $2.69 million from Friday to Sunday. The film has sold a total of 8.27 million tickets for a cumulative total of 11.7 billion yen, about 84.51 million US dollars. The film opened on April 14th, and it sold 2 million tickets to earn 3 billion yen in its first 3 days, making it the best 3-day opening for the franchise. The film is the first in the franchise to earn more than 10 billion yen. Gekijoban Idolish 7 Live 4-Bit Beyond the Period, the theatrical anime concert for the Idolish 7 multimedia franchise, ranked at number 5 in its opening weekend. The film earned 220 million yen, about $1.58 million, in its opening weekend. It took that long to drop to number 2? Yeah, DJ Ronnie G. It's got the staying power. I like that too. The concert opened in Japan on May the 20th. The 16 cast members of the Idolish 7 Trigger, Reveal, and Zool units reprised their roles from the anime series and games. Screenings have 2 separate variations with different set lists each. The Day 1 version screened first on May 20th, and the Day 2 versions premiered on May 21st. From May 22nd on, the theater goers were able to choose which versions to watch. The first of the 2 sequel live-action films based on Ken Wakui's Tokyo Revengers manga titled Chi no Halloween, Unmei Bloody Halloween Fate, dropped from number 6 to 7 in its 5th weekend. The film opened at number 2 on April 21st. The film sold 428,000 tickets for 583 million yen, about $4.34 million in its first 3 days. The second film, Chi no Halloween Kessen, Bloody Halloween Decisive Battle, will open on June 30th. You forgot that the yen to US dollar is not very favorable to the yen? No, not at all. Not at all. The Psycho Pass Providence 10th anniversary film dropped from number 4 to 10 in its second weekend. The film opened on May 12th and ranked at number 4 in its opening weekend. Excuse me. The first Slam Dunk, the new anime film from Takehito Inoue's Slam Dunk basketball manga, dropped off the top 10 in its 25th weekend. The live-action film of Aya Nakahara's Otonajimi manga also dropped off the top 10 in the second weekend. The second part of the new live-action film adaptations of Tetsuya Nita's The Quiet Dawn manga debuted at number 3 on the mini theater rankings. The new film project consists of 4 episodes. The first 2 episodes opened in theaters in Japan on May 12th, followed by the next 2 episodes on May the 19th. Dang it, the Mario movie passed the first Pokemon movie in tickets sold. Oh yes. When we just thought that Pokemon couldn't get knocked off its perch, there was Mario with his big boot to boot him off. And that, my friends, is the news of the week. Before we start the main event, I think it's time for a safety save.
Let's play video games, but when I do, I make sure to safely make a safety save in a safe environment. And if you don't know how to make a safety save, well then make sure you check out Pop Culture Mechanics, 9 a.m. Mountain Time, and 10 a.m. Central on Saturday mornings, where you can learn how to make a safety save that you might be so excited you could dance if you wanna. So, come on and check out Pop Culture Mechanics on Saturday mornings. Going to see you there. Bye.
Finally! Yes! Whew! My God! There you go. A little bit of a little break there, a little commercial for the old game stream. And now, coming up, we have the main event. You're shocked that Detective Pikachu did so bad in Japan? They must really don't want non-animation, I guess. Yes, Punkwaddle. Very grateful for his help making that up. It was a good idea. He approached me about doing that. I supplied him with the game footage, and he did the editing and such, and did his green screen where he can, talk away about doing safety saves. I have to follow my own advice sometimes, though. I gotta remember, do safety save. On to the main event now. Here is what you've been waiting for. The 3 selections I've made for animes that have been made into games or games that have been made into anime. First off, Detective Pikachu did great in the US as far as tickets sold, but did barely too many ticket sales in Japan, which is in line with the modern Pokemon movie ticket sales, which are very not good. Okay. He has such a happy beak. He does, doesn't he? National bird is a man of the people. I guess a penguin. He's a penguin of the people. Isn't he the national bird of Wupstotska? You got the N64 game of Robotech? You lucky son of a gun. That's the whole reason I bought an N64 back in 1996. I wanted that game. And then GameTech went under. So I was very brokenhearted about that. Where is it here? Find it here. Punkwaddle is national bird of glorious state. Ah. What are the waifus? You mean the games? Oh, don't worry. First up is Mario. Actually, specifically, Super Mario. So, the Super Mario game came out in 1985. And then just 1 year after, in 1986, they came out with a Super Mario anime. And it tells, as you can see on the screen here, there's Mario, there's Luigi, he's playing a game. And all of a sudden, he sees Princess Peach fighting Koopas. And she comes out of the television with the Koopas and all the other enemies. And she wants to be saved. Or she needs to be saved. She introduces herself as she's Princess Peach. And here comes Koopa. Mario is going to stand up to him, but that doesn't look like a fair fight to me. And he looks like he dispatches him quite quickly. And they head back into the television. You don't have the real game. Okay. It was preloaded on a multi-game flash cart. Oh. I'd send you the ROM file. Okay, yeah. If you want to do that, I'd appreciate that. Ronnie G, that'd be great. Mario, never heard of it? Never heard of him. Don't even know the guy. Red Famicom controllers was red because it was the cheapest plastic available. Makes sense. Princess Peach. Hey. You got to save Princess Peach. And of course Luigi comes and has a good laugh at Mario's expense. But she dropped her locket, and now he's going to go. After the intro, they have a bit of an intro here. Apparently they run a grocery store. If you forget, remind you on Tuesday night. I'll remind you on Tuesday night, DJ Ronnie G, no problem. Yeah, Mr. Sparkle. Mr. Sparkle! He can't get Princess Peach out of his mind. He really wants to go save her. Mario's almost as in famous penguin Mario Lemieux. Yes, could be. And there he is now. Speaking of the bird, there is Punkwaddle. Welcome. The first anime to video game, or video game to anime I'm showing right now is Super Mario Brothers. But if you ever watched Mario Lemieux play hockey, the guy is just unbelievable, the amount of skill he's got. just fantastic. I was so glad I got to see him play. So yes, Mario and Luigi have, I think they've gone into the Mushroom Kingdom. They have to rescue, obviously, Princess Peach. Yeah, you're confused. I'm on a Sunday night. Yeah, I was busy this morning. I couldn't do my morning anime stream because by the time I would go on, I was out the door like early. I was out the door before I would have even started streaming. So I wanted to make up for it and at least get this. It's the last Sunday of the month, so I really wanted to get this episode of Anime Chat out the door, talking about my favorite ones that were turned into either anime or turned into video games. But yes, this actually goes on for quite a while, and Mario and Luigi are going to rescue Princess Peach. They're going to do what they can to rescue her. So, it's out there. You can find this anime and watch it, and it will, you might find it enjoyable. I know I did. It's neat to see something that hasn't been brought over to the West yet. As far as, we watched the Super Mario Brothers Super Show, but this is not it. So I like to see it when it's made in Japan and they come up with their own stories. So in going with that, the movie, such as it is an hour and a half long. We could switch over to the game that it was drawn from. And I put on a little game footage of playing. You didn't watch him live, but you watched the highlights. He could flat out play if not for injuries. He could have given Gretzky a bit more pressure on that career points list. Yes, he could have. Yep. Yeah, don't forget, Gretzky started way before Lemieux did. I think Gretzky's rookie year was 79, and Lemieux's was 84, I think. I'd have to double check that. Who's the bearded character? I'm not sure. It's just like us to start talking hockey. Yeah, hockey season's over, but we're going to talk about, well, the Stanley Cup's going on, the finals going on, hopefully soon. None of the teams I like are playing, so whatever. You also have a sombrero, Punkwaddle. Now that's pretty festive. So yeah, a little bit of Super Mario playing in the background. A little bit of game footage. Honestly, I'd like to know how they came up with some of the enemies for this, like Goombas, also known as Karibo in Japan. Drunkwaddle has his own sombrero. I bet you it's got those holders for the beer cans, like a foam dome. Because, he's Drunkwaddle. He's got to have his drinks nearby. And what better way than to keep them on your hat? So yeah, to save memory space and such on Super Mario, they would, if you look at the clouds, they are the same shape as the bushes. So you can use the same assets and save on memory and space and all that by just reusing them over again. And you just change the color because the bushes are green, clouds are white, same shape, One's up in the sky, one's on the ground. But they did pretty good, I think. This is the game that that drew a lot of people in when the NES first came out. I would think it was because they had a lot of... Because when you played the Atari or the Intellivision, anytime you moved from one screen to the other, it would stop and reload the screen. This one, you had a lot of movement, and the screen would just keep moving. You wouldn't have to wait for it to load or anything like that. It was quite amazing at the time. And this animation was so smooth. Thankfully, Drunkwaddle isn't from south of the border. We can even make a Punkwaddle edit or Mario if we wanted to. Yeah, I could see that. Okay, the NES had a CPU and PPU. All right. Yeah, there's the clouds. If you look at the clouds, they look just like the bushes, except the bushes are green. And it helps you save on space. The typical NES cartridge had two main chips. One chip was program data and connected directly to the CPU. Okay. So they really knew what they were doing when they made that machine. I can't remember how far. Anyways, there we go. Made it through there. Moving right along to the next anime. I think you guys will... You shouldn't be surprised. If you've been on my channel for any length of time, you won't be surprised. But it is... something in space. Yep. It's Space Battleship Yamato 2199. And the anime came out in 1974. And the games that we'll look at, they came out in... Well, one came out in 1985, but that was for the arcade. I couldn't find any footage on that. But I did have game footage from a couple of the consoles out at the time. Space, the Final Frontier. Wrong series, but you know what? A for effort. Whoopa. The other chip only contained graphic tiles and was connected to PPU. Okay, the CPU came from a Ricoh copy machine. There you go. Just off the shelf if they can, right? Elegant in its simplicity and economy. That's them, all right. So this is the very first episode of the remake of Space Battleship Yamato. And I really do like the remake. They did an excellent job combining hand-drawn with CGI. And they kept the story intact. They brought in a few more characters. And if Jake D isn't here, or if you guys get a hold of Jake D, tell him that there is a lot of waifus. So if you want waifus, you watch this show, you'll see plenty of them. And the story, there you go. Here, waifu material right there. Bing. The remake, I believe was from, well, I don't want to steer you wrong. I'm gonna have a look here. It's remakes. 2012, Punkwaddle. So yes, 2012 for the remakes. I found them in a local. We have like HMV or Sunrise Records. Anyways, any place they sell Blu-rays and all that should be there. They should have it. It is an excellent, and I mean well done, remake. They explore everything. Paging Jake D, calling Dr. Jake D. Reminds you of the Gundam Rise of the Red Comet. Okay. That one I haven't seen. But further along, there is a story arc called The Comet Empire with the Yamato crew. So, another waifu, Jake D, paging Jake D. There they go. The Earth fleet is going to get decimated. These guys are no match for the aliens. And, you know, you learn about tragic backstories, and that fellow there is the older brother of the main character. And he doesn't look like he makes it through the battle. So then there's a lot of hard feelings towards the Admiral here. And yeah, a lot of drama. But it's all about saving the Earth. The Earth needs to be saved because it's being irradiated by the aliens. They're sending planet bombs that turn the Earth into a radioactive wasteland. They have to live under the Earth surface, several hundreds of feet below the surface. And yeah, that's it there. So they're heading back to Earth. They're picking up those guys that found the crashed alien ship. In the words of Comrade Johnny Bravo, whoa, mama. Yeah. I always liked watching Johnny Bravo. It was fun. Very good. Yeah, DJ Admiral. He's the Admiral. But yes, the planet bombs were the worst. So yes, they are heading back to Earth. They have to bring that piece back that the alien girl brought, and then they can begin their final plan. And yes, that's what happens when a planet bomb hits the Earth. You get a giant explosion. Worst, I am thinking you mean best, comrade. Is could be. You forgot why. They're trying to terraform the Earth, actually. They're trying to change it so that it's habitable for them to live on. And that's how they do it, from long range like that. So there is... And the first episode gives you a lot of that backstory. It'll explain to everyone what is going on. And what they plan to do about it. Oh, confrontation. Hey, it's Sai from Gundam Seed. Remember, if there are no witnesses after your mission, then technically it was a stealth mission. True. You are... if it happened, did it really happen if nobody's alive from it? Passed over a new waifu? Oh, yes. You got... the nurse. Nurse waifu. She will be on the Yamato as well. But you have to watch to see her. And you got the doctor who likes to drink. So his cure is a nice big cup of sake. And that usually cures what ails you. Nurse, eh? Thinking you need a checkup? Yeah, you're feeling a little... I need to see the nurse. And yes, they are. These two are dumb. These guys, they get into trouble. You know? This ship, that's the pilot of that ship. And they're like, hey, look, we can take that thing for a ride. And they're going to see because there's an unknown, unidentified flying object in Earth's airspace. And they're going to see what they can do about it. But because they're idiots, they didn't have any ammunition when they took off. And now it's having engine trouble because it was being worked on. Hey, Godzillionaire, good to see you. Where's all the drag military officers? CNN has misled me. Yeah, that doesn't happen in this. But look, they see the wreckage of a battleship sunk ages ago. Specifically at the end of World War II. And that, they end the episode with the title of the episode. And that is the end of the episode, which leads up to the game. Like I said, they had a game made in 1985 for the arcade, but I couldn't find anything about that. So, there is a Game Boy game that was made in 1992. There you go, right there. And obviously, being a Game Boy game, it's going to be in, shades of green and black and gray. And it's kind of a strategy game, and it's all in Japanese. I could not read any of it. So I just sort of had to guess what I was doing as I was playing this. And yes, you move your fighters, and then you move the Yamato. And I think you're trying to take down all the other tiles of ships that are coming towards you. So I did that, and it went okay, and then the CPU or the computer moves their ships around, and then eventually when the two pieces meet up, a battle ensues, just like this. And I believe I'm the bottom, and the enemy's the top. And yeah, took out quite a bit on that one. Brings you back, does it, Punkwaddle? The Game Boy, not that you know Japanese? Takes me back to when I knew Japanese. Couldn't read what to do, so I just destroyed the enemy. And that's how you end up doing war crimes. They're only war crimes if you get caught, Godzillionaire. This coming from the guy who stomps on major Japanese cities. Is the Wupstotskave Dakomud. So yes, this was not too bad. fighting off the enemy ships using the guns from the Yamato. Yeah. Not too bad. I was trying to be very careful because I knew I could easily get overconfident and get jumped by these guys quickly. And I would just end up getting decimated. So it wasn't too bad. There is another one I want to show you. Today I could use Google Translate on a camera phone. Okay, yep. I'd have to double check and see if I could. I don't keep up with the latest and greatest in technology because I don't want to. I have an iPhone 6 that I use. That is my main phone. So yeah, I'm pretty stubborn when it comes to keeping up with the high-tech stuff. The next one I want to show you. This one. I believe this is on the Wonder Swan. So a handheld that never got brought over to the West here. This is from 2001. And it's Wonder Swan color, so there you have a nice, everything is in color, so that's nice. It's got a pretty good screen as far as resolution goes. But once again, it retells the story of the Earth being attacked by the aliens. And yeah, it gives you the backstory. I'm not reading the Japanese, but I'm assuming that this is what it's doing, telling you what happened and how the Earth gets decimated and turned into a wasteland. I only own two things: a computer from 2007 and a shotgun in case the computer starts acting funny. You aren't wrong about the computer from 2007. I have an iMac from 2007 that's still running. I upgraded it. I upgraded the RAM and I put an SSD in it. That's my daily YouTube watching machine. I use that to specifically watch YouTube on. And then I have a MSI gaming laptop from, when did I get it? I can't remember when I got it. 2019, 2020, somewhere around there. Anyways, that's what I use for what I'm streaming on right now. My gaming laptop seems to do okay. You also have an iPhone 6s. There you go, Punkwaddle. Nice to see that I'm not the only one that just hangs on to stuff. But as you can see, this is a strategy game. And I'm not very good at it. Obviously, because I'm not. It's a little tough to pick up and play, but you're trying to, move in on the enemy and get strategically close enough, and then know which things to shoot at them. And I don't expect these guys to be my guys to be very tough because, it's the Earth fleet from the first episode, which they get wiped out. So, yeah, I mean, they hit hard. Even when I do get a hit on these guys, I take off maybe 1 HP. Like, watch this. Oh, okay, I missed. Like, way outside and missed it. And then I get to try again, and I pick I want to pick the missiles to shoot. Or, I don't know, torpedoes they might call them, but I wanted to do that. And then he shoots, and it takes a lot off of my life. Like, you watch, the hit points just go down. Okay, to 0. He just wiped me out with a couple shots. I didn't stand a chance. You're not wrong about the PC from 2007, but you're wrong about the shotgun. I actually keep 2 nearby just in case. Yes. I keep a shotgun in case the other shotgun starts acting funny. So I'm just figuring it out here. I want to move closer to these guys and get a good shot off. I mean, you don't get much better than head to, point blank shot. Let's see if I can actually put some damage into these guys. Okay, some torpedoes launching. And is it going to hit him this time? Yes, I hit him, and it took off 1. That's terrible. I'm going to get wiped out of there. Anyways, that is the game on the WonderSwan from 2001. I believe 2001. Yes. The next one that they made for Yamato was this one for the PlayStation number 1. Remember this opening? And it takes a while to load up because, it is the PlayStation. Here we go. And that's from 2000. They did make some Yamato games for the PlayStation 2. But other than that, after the PlayStation 2, I have found nothing as far as games for any other system, which is very disheartening. I would really like to have a game put out on one of the more modern systems. It's just, I like the series so much that I would just buy that in a second to play it. But I don't know what's going on over there and why they don't make any for the new systems. Put it out on the Switch. Put it out on the PS4. Put something out there. You've got the horsepower of the machines. You've got the new, the graphics. You could do an excellent job of it. Full voice acting. Put it out there and people will buy it. But as you can see, once again, this was a Japanese only release. It's all in Japanese. There isn't actually much for gameplay. It's more like you're just going through the scenes of the show, key points and all that. So it's odd it's still popular, but no new animations or whatnot. So a few models, but no new shows or merch. Yeah, why not? They should get on that. We have the technology. We can rebuild him. Is that what you're going for there, Whoopa? It's getting a resurgence of popularity, you think, in the West for sure. I hope so. I hope a lot more people are getting into, Yamato. And I'd really like to see some kind of video game, not a phone game. No phone games. You guys know how I feel about those. Put out something for the console. Put it out on the Switch. I swear I'll buy it. It'll be well worth it. Just give me a chance to control that battleship. Firing all those guns, firing the wave motion gun, that would be just the best feeling. Being able to take down all the enemies. You guys watching the anime too, you'll know what I mean if you watch the captain take the ship into battle and he's surrounded by enemies. It's just so awesome the way he utilized everything the ship has to take down the enemies. So yeah, there's an awful lot of dialogue in this game. There's like there's zero gameplay. I don't know, like it's just, you know, a lot. They just did it because they could show you the scenes they did in using computer graphics and at the time. So yeah, I mean, once again, it tells the story from the beginning. So the character designs are all in the Leiji Matsumoto style. He's the creator. He's the guy that drew everything, and he would always he liked drawing people in that style. And you can tell right away when it's him doing the drawing. So that's that game, and I believe that is the last game of the Yamato franchise. But coming up, the last anime show to be for video games, or video games into anime. And you must have guessed it by now because it's one of my favorites. One of my favorites of all time. And I'll let you see it as soon as the ship gets away. They're gonna get away. Almost. They're shooting at it. Oh, they got him. And Whoopa, you are not right. It starts off with an island in the South Pacific. And what happens to that island? An alien spaceship crash lands on it, causing much devastation on its way to that island, where it sits there. At this time, there's a global civil war going on. But the nations see that they are not alone, and they go investigate the ship and realize we have to rebuild it. And it's Macross. Big surprise, right? Big surprise. Pop likes Macross. No, DJ Ronnie G, not Macross 8, not Macross 0. Original. Shoujo Shokai Macross. Or Super Dimensional Fortress Macross. Robotech Pop prefers Robotech. Haha! I did when it first came out, but then I found out it was made of 3 separate anime shows, and I'm like, oh, well, I want to see what Macross is, not Robotech. You spelled Pokemon wrong on the screen? You know what? That can be my honorable mention, is Pokemon. But we'll do that after we go through our Macross opening. Once again, paging Jake D. There's plenty of waifus here in the Macross universe. And yes, It is launch day for the Macross. Everybody's showing up. Everybody's been invited. They're going to launch the Macross. There's our main character. He's been invited by this fella, the blonde-haired fella, Roy Fokker. He is going... They're doing a demonstration on these new Valkyries, and the little guy gets in the way. And he decides to show off because he's an air circus pilot. And he's not too crazy about it. What the hell are you doing up there? When you saw proper... Oh, the only people who prefer Robotech are missing out. Macross is superior. Yeah, I think so. When you saw proper SDF in its original form for the first time, it was blown away, probably. Roy, what? It's Roy Fokker. That's his name. Roy Gaylord Fokker. Settle down, Godzillionaire. It was as if the main cannon was blowing through my living room. Yeah. No, that's the same thing too for me. Watching the Valkyries transform into giant robots, what more could you ask for? And when they did Macross the movie, that was even good. That was even better. They did a little bit. It was all encapsulated in one movie. A little different from some of the things they did in the series, but still. It spawned a lot of sequels, which is good too. The quality of them, like Macross Plus and Macross 7 was okay. And Macross Frontier, my personal favorite. That one is like, to me, is GOAT. So they detect something wrong, the main gun opens up, and it's going to shoot. Because there's nothing they can do about it. So it launches a big energy beam into space and takes out a couple of ships. And they're like, the aliens are like, all right. We better be careful now. And it's like, yes, that thing took out some of the island. And meanwhile, Roy was showing Hikaru, one of their Valkyries. He's like, hey, check this thing out. This is better than anything you've ever flown. But he's like, I better... Here, you stay here. I'm going to go check and see what's all the commotion's about. And he's like, the captain's like, oh, well, we're probably going to be attacked now, so scramble all the fighters. Everybody. And there's space battles going on. And the aliens even mentioned that the Earth people have nuclear weapons they could use. Okay, he's thinking, should we launch the ship? Shouldn't we? There we go. Roy is in his Valkyrie. But yeah, title, Do You Remember Love? That was the title of the Macross movie. BT100, why are you taking off? You remember. Sure you do. And they found the ship. They're like, there it is. Launched the attack. And he's just snoozing away, relaxing. There's a war going on around him. She's like, hey, what are you doing? Why aren't you taking off? He's like, what? Who's the old lady? Oh, okay, well, I'm armed and everything. Okay, here I go. I'm not a military pilot, but I'll take it away. And away he goes. And he's right in the thick of it. He's like, oh, Roy, what's going on over here? He's like, hey, just hang with me, be my wingman, and, he's like, try to keep up. And he's like, oh, I'll make sure you don't eat my dust. But he's in trouble. The controls are frozen. He's heading down, going down. She's like, well, have you tried switching the configuration G or B, I think it is. And he's like, pulls the lever that's marked V, and there he goes. It transformed into a Batroid, a giant robot. You need to watch this too, Punkwaddle? Okay. You found Esclaflowne for about 25-ish. You've heard decent things about it. Yes, so have I. My wife and I, she brought Esclaflowne the movie, and we watched that, and that was okay. It's pretty good. I definitely would think Esclaflowne would be very enjoyable for you guys. So he doesn't know how to operate this thing. So he's a giant robot, and he's standing in the city. Meanwhile, they're fighting off aliens. And there's Lin Minmay, very iconic character in all of anime. Lin Minmay, idol singer. She isn't there, but she's going to be. And he's got to save her and get her out of harm's way. And yeah, that is the end of the episode. So, we all know that, well, we should know, Macross came out, the anime, in 1982. And a game came out for the Famicom in 1985. And I played a little bit of it. It's a little bit of a shooter, but I chose the more recent Macross 30th Anniversary. Now, this game was for the PlayStation 3. And I was lucky enough to get it when I was at a convention. I saw it for sale for about, I don't know, $50, I think. So I threw the guy some cash. And it's got an excellent opening. I'm just going to have to stop it there. Just so I don't get slapped with a strike or anything like that. And it spans all 30 years of the Macross franchises, because it has Cheryl Nome, it's got Minmay, Misa, it's got Hikaru, it's got Neki Basra, it's got Maximilian Genis, it's got Mao Nome, and the people from Macross Zero. So it has all of them. You were in the big city a couple weeks ago and went to the Half Price Books and a few other hauntings. Oh, a few other haunts. Yeah, okay. You're pumped up about Dallas Fan Expo. There you go. Yeah, Fan Expo. We have that up here too. I believe ours is in September. But I always take a day off of work, or maybe a couple of days off work to go to that. It's very enjoyable. But yes, Macross 30th Anniversary for the PlayStation 3. Once again, all in Japanese. Can't read a word of it. Had to print out some translations online so that I could know what all the menus were and everything like that. And yeah, I had to do it that way. It was a little tougher, but I managed to play through it. Also, if you see me going backwards and forwards in menus, it's because the Japanese switch around what yes and no is. So yes for them is a circle and no is the X. Whereas in the West here, X is always yes and 0 is no, or O on the control pad. So yeah. But you get to fly all sorts of Valkyries. You will get to meet a lot of the people from the Macross universe and hear their songs. Obviously, you can't play them here because copyright, so even though it's on a game. You're going to go to the Whoopa Fan Expo. It's just your house. You're only invited and you'll sit around and eat nachos. There you go. Yeah, paging Jake D. One more time. Calling Jake D. We have a waifu alert. So yeah. This game is the most enjoyable that I've played out of the Macross games. It has a good story to it. This one Valkyrie pilot finds himself on this strange planet. And I believe he is going to get shot down. There's so much animation, I gotta be careful. But I believe you start taking on the bad guys here, out in the outer atmosphere of the planet. Start learning controls and such. So it's really good. The controls. Nachos are cool. Yeah. With lots of cheese, jalapenos, and whatever you want to throw on them. Maybe some ground beef, maybe some onions. So yeah, I was learning how to try to fire off some shots there with that. I think you get a sniper rifle and a regular rifle. It was just cool having so much control over your own Valkyrie. You only had to pay $50 for a pass to Whoopa Expo, and because of cold season, you're attending via Zoom. Well, that's one way to do it. You could all hop on the old Zoom to go to Whoop Expo, held at the Whoopstokian Expo Center. Game looks great. You need to buy it and or mod your PS3. You don't need to mod your PS3 at all. I just bought it and I slid the disc in and boom, we're good. It plays with no problems. The N64 game is somewhat buggy. Ah, okay. It would be if it wasn't finished, so. It's a shame GameTech went under. Oh yeah, we got more animation here. Gotta be careful. Oh yeah, and they have boundaries in this game too, so they have like walls that you can't go by. So yeah, that is my games into anime. Leading off with Mario, because he's so iconic and he has an anime out there. And then my personal favorite, Uchu Senkan Yamato, $21.99. And then finally with Super Dimensional Fortress Macross. Those are my favorite ones, and I thought leaving them until the last day, the last anime chat of May seemed like a good idea to me. They have those giant. They feed the giant Zentradi living in Macross Frontier. They have those giant floating gardens. Like they have, those those shuttles that are completely devoted to growing and farming and gardening. Macross. You know how it's pronounced. You know it. Oh, falling down to the earth. And I believe he's having that. He's all patched up. He's getting fixed up, and main character waifu. Paging Jake D. Paging Jake D. Waifu alert. There she is. And there's a lot of this where it's just text with facial expressions rather than full motion video. And when you start your quest, I think you have to pick your ship. And you can build your ship up. You can modify it. Lots of better shields, better range, more missiles, more firepower. You can add all that sort of stuff. More rocket boosters. You can even start off with an armored pack. So there's a lot of stuff you can buy as long as you can get enough of the currency. Yeah, the islands. That's right, DJ Ronnie G. They had the islands on the Macross frontier. So yeah, it'll give you a rundown. I think it gives you a rundown. I don't understand. I can't understand Japanese. I can't read it. I think it gives you a rundown on what they want you to do. And obviously the first thing you're going to do is training. You're going to go out and train on your Valkyrie and how to do things. Let's just zip forward here. Oh, there is. That's not the Macross. It's a Macross class ship, but I don't think it's the actual Macross. But you can go and visit that thing. Pinpoint Barrier? Yes, that didn't work out very well for them, did it? So yeah, it's getting to know the controls of your Valkyrie. Once again, everything is in Japanese, so obviously I have a hard time. Yeah, we got the Valkyrie potty training, as it were. Learning how to do things. But what an enjoyable game for me. I really liked it. Once you get to know what needs to be done, and that's when I downloaded the translated manual and such, it explains to you what needs to be done on each mission. So that way, at least you know, have some inkling of what to do. You know, like, whoa, what am I going to do? What do I do now? What should I do in order to get through this level? And some of them are really hard, especially some of the bosses. I really struggled with one of the last bosses. He can shoot me, and if he shoots me twice, I'm done for. So, not my favorite bosses to take on, but and there I am beating up a Mach 2 monster. The original SDF-1 did crash land in standing position. It was a controlled landing, from what I understand. They landed in a dry lake bed. Before launching Mega Road SDF-2, the SDF-1 long grounded. Yes. Yeah, it will not be back in the... It would not go back into space. You would just leave it. Yeah, I think I'm just trying to figure out what to do here. I don't know if they want me to practice taking these guys down or what. Wasn't quite sure. But I do like the models they did. They did pretty good. Yeah, there you are. And yeah, just a lot. It's just a lot of me trying to figure out how to take those guys down. And she'll talk to you as you're there, but I didn't know what she was saying. Oh, and that was it for the video. Okay, so that is that. And you've been playing COD Fairy on PS5 for the Gundam. Pretty fun game. Oh, nice. On M7, the ground Batroids are so heavy that they would wreck the deck plating as they walked. Okay, I could see that. Yep. Also, my honorable mention, paying respects to Comrade Leader Woopa, Pokemon. There's a game into anime. Because I believe the game came out first before the anime did. I just have to make sure. I don't want to steer you wrong. Pokemon game. Release. It came out. When did it come out? 1996. Yes, the game came first. Red and blue versions. You don't know what a COD fair is, but you'll look it up. Good idea. So yes. And the anime, let's see when the anime came out. Pokemon anime debut. April 1st, 1997. So a year later, the anime came out. And here, I'll show you. I'll share my screen with you guys. April 1st, 1997. Pokemon I Choose You. Pokemon Kimi ni Kimeta is the first episode of Pokemon anime series. COD Fairy sounds so much dirtier. Code Fairy, alright. As long as it's not COD piece, we're good. Yes, and I believe we all remember Pokemon when it came out. I have mine on VHS. I recorded it. I didn't want to miss it back in the day because it was on before I got home from work. So I would record it, come home. Better than a COD piece, those. Yeah, I beat you to it. That's okay. Great minds think alike, Woopa. Or Punkwaddle, sorry. I was thinking of Pokemon there. So yes, the Pokemon anime debut. And Pokemon video game. Actually, I should go red, blue release date. Red, blue release. Yeah. Like Woopa already said, February 27th, 1996. The Kanto and Johto shows were so good, you live for those? Hey, why not? That was good stuff. Although, I've watched the dub, and I would really like to see the subtitled version. I know the Pokemon say different things. I think Squirtle says Zenigami, or Zeni. So I'd like to hear what they have to say in their Pokemon language in Japanese. And maybe the story would change a little bit. You know, Brock wouldn't be throwing donuts. Instead, they would be onigiri. But that's just me. I just got to find it, take the time, see if I can find it. But that's honorable mention. Pokemon, such a big franchise, such a long time. It's been out ever since 1997 for the anime. So good for you, Pokemon. You are just a money-making juggernaut. To be fair, this release was September 28th, 1998 for North America. Okay. I think they have onigiri in the dub as well. He says donuts. I'm pretty sure Brock is like, oh, these donuts are great. And it's like, those aren't donuts, man. Don't try to, don't pull that. Because wasn't it dubbed by 4Kids? You know, sub versus dub is always a debate, but I will say the dub is for Pokemon is just great. The voice actors do an amazing job. Yes, I'd say they did all right. It's just me that I just want to see it, the original subtitled version, for my own curiosity. Indigo League, Orange Islands, Johto Journeys, Johto League, Master Quest. It was 4Kids until 2006. Thank you, Whoopa. I knew you'd straighten me out about that. And we all know how 4Kids mangles anime. Indigo League and Johto Journeys were great. Yeah, I think so too. The Orange Islands one had a fantastic waifu. Oh. Orange Islands. And who would that be? Snack Attack? Meowth? Tracy gets bugged? The Mystery Menace? Charizard chills? Enter the Dragonite. Yeah, we're always up for Professor Ivy. Whoa, mama. Whoa, mama. Whoa. Good old Johnny Bravo. Isn't he enjoyable? Let's see here. Oh, yes. Wasn't that the one that Brock was in love with? Yes, it looks like it. Always after the women. All right, Brock. Settle down. Yep, she's good waifu, Whoopa. And Pokemon is a good video game to anime example as well. I know there's lots more out there. There is so many. And if you have a favorite anime show, hopefully it has a video game adaptation that you can play and enjoy as well. And on top of that, hopefully it has a art book or manga, so you can have the trifecta, as I say, of enjoying your favorite shows. You have the anime to watch, you have the game to play, you have the books to read. That is, to me, that is the best thing you could possibly ask for. So hopefully yours do have all those things, and you can enjoy them even more. Because who doesn't want a giant poster of their favorite anime show to hang on their wall? Right? Who doesn't want a nice looking background or wallpaper to put on your desktop? You know, I'm a One Piece fan. I found out there was a fella who drew a whole chapter of One Piece in his art style. And you know that this is what he came up with. Like, man, this is like top tier level drawing skills. The man is an artist. You know, if you really enjoy it more when you can have things like this. Wasn't that the one Brock was in love with? Oh, you mean every girl in there except for Misty? Yeah. That would have just been weird. Really. I'm pretty sure he would have scared her away, and that would have been the end of that. No Misty at all. But yeah, I think she was the one that turned him down, and it broke his heart, and he was just like, oh, I'm so sad. But yeah. Well, this has been a very fun stream for me, everybody. I hope it was for you. I'm very pleased that you all turned out. Everyone that came out. Everybody that was in the chat. People like Whoopa Troopa and DJ Ronnie G. And I know there's more of you here. I saw you. And Punk Waddle. And did I see anyone else? I'm pretty sure there was somebody else. Godzillionaire. There you go. Good old Godzillionaire showing up. Everybody's favorite kaiju. And I'm glad you guys were able to share with me some of your favorite shows. So please do me a favor, if you would, slap that like button and spread the word. Let them know that, hey, there's this guy. He's a mechanic and he hangs out on the weekends. Yeah, this is an oddity because I am on the evening right now, but I work the morning shift for the weekends for streaming. So I'm all about the morning shift. You can wake up with Pop, serve yourself some coffee and, relax as you listen to gameplay, video games on Saturday, and anime chat on Sundays. And there's other good channels out there too. People that I watch personally, like Pacific 414 and Blaine's Escape Corner and Ronin66, DJ Ronnie G, he was in the chat. He has his channel. There's Brandon, the anime guy. Another fella, a good fella to watch for anime. The Nerdporial Lifeform, he does a lot of good reviews of shows and video games as well. There's the Angry Canadian and Whoopa Troopa, who is back into streaming on his own channel. So it's good to see him back. And there's Punk Waddle, who can be found at Floral from Under a Rock on Wednesdays. And Punk Waddle also has his own channel. So tune into that, where he uploads his ponderances. If you need some deep thoughts, tune into Punk Waddle. I'm on Discord. It's called The Shop, because that's where all the Tradesmen Hangout. They hang out, they shoot the breeze at the shop. I'm on Twitter. And I have a few videos on BitChute, Odyssey, and Rumble. And I appreciate you guys tuning in on the Rumble side. And on the Twitch side, I know there's some of you out there on Twitch. And obviously the YouTube side, the usual suspects, you guys. I really appreciate you coming and seeing what I have to say. So yes, coming up, it will be Tuesday, Trades Talk Tuesday. If I am not working late, there will be a stream about the skilled trades. But because I am in the skilled trades and it's on shutdown where I work right now, my workload goes up exponentially. And I have to pull things apart, strip them down, put in new pieces, and repair anything that's broken, put them all back together, and install things back in their place and make sure they are in running condition until the next year. This will be going on for the next 4 or 5 weeks. So 4 or 5 weeks of shutdown where I will be repairing all the plant equipment. So that is what's going on for Trades Talk Tuesday. Hopefully I'll be home in time to do a Trades Talk stream because I don't want it to be put on the back burner. I want to keep it fresh in everyone's mind that working in the skilled trades is a good idea. And it's something that will be in great demand, not just in the future, but right now it's in great demand. And hello, Alex Moore. Nice to see you. Appreciate you stopping by. So yes, we'll see what it will be about too. I'll have to try to, maybe I'll bring in some pictures of things during shutdown. So maybe some things that you wouldn't normally see when machinery is running is things you'll see during shutdown. So that's always fun. For me anyway, I like looking at machinery and technical things and stuff like that. And I hope you guys enjoy it too. Some stuff you don't get exposed to, you never even think of, I guess. You know? So I'm hoping you'll enjoy it as well. And with that, everyone, I'm very appreciative of you coming out, and I have to be very grateful because I'm just a small YouTuber and just plugging away on my channel, and it's rough out there. I want to get well known. I just want people to come by and just enjoy themselves. We can all have a fun time. I like to laugh a lot and just chat away. We can forget about our worries and our cares and just focus on what we like for the time that we are here together. So, with that, everyone, I have been Pop, and I am signing off.